So obviously, this was your first haunted video, being a part of it. Like, for you, mate, like, what did it feel like? Was it just a load of shit?
It was the worst decision I've ever made in my life.
You just thought that everyone was a murderer? Whereas I'm the opposite. Like, I feel like if I see anyone, or even if it does seem someone dodgy, if they're a human, we can deal with them to an extent. But we're like, you know what I mean? It's when it's like, I don't know, it's my imagination with the ghosts that just messes me up. And I think that's like what made me panic so much with this one. The fact that we were so exposed. The fact that this place was so big. Do you know what I mean?
I was a little bit discomforted. Is discomforted a word?
Oh, yeah.
I was discomfort. I was discomfort.
You were discomforted. I think that works.
I was uneasy.
Yeah, go with that.
Going
I
in.
think you'd say I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, just,
I was discomfortable. I was uncomfortable going in.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I had Dan with me because he had that attitude of like, we're the alphas.
Yeah.
So during the video, I don't know if you've got to it, me and Dan were talking to ourselves and I was like hyping myself up like I'm the alpha, I am the king, I'm not scared of anything, they're scared of me. And I sort of like believed my own lie.
I think that's what you, honestly, from my experience of doing it as well, like, it's when you go, no, you know what, like, I'm going to override like my imagination. Because that's the most scary thing about this every time, is that it's what your imagination, what it makes your imagination do. That's what's scary, because if you play everything by what actually happens, you're actually fine a lot of the time. It's just the concept of, imagine if something is watching you. Imagine if, like, realistically, you aren't alone and you can't see what else is with you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, that concept, it, to anyone, makes you feel, like, pretty fucked up. Do you know what I mean?
Well, when me and Dan hid, we put our backs against a tree.
Yeah.
So technically, nothing can stab us in the back. Obviously, they can reach around and grab our necks, but we felt a little bit of... we felt a little bit of comfort by having our backs to a tree and we can see everything like that.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of it goes back to like caveman times. No, it does.
Yeah, tennis as well, you know.
It's the tennis and the cavemen, right? But it does, because like it's the survival instinct, mate. It is though, because you having your back covered, that means that you feel safer because you're not vulnerable from behind.
But I will tell you this though.
What?
Obviously, when we were hiding, it's lights out.
Yeah, you have no lights. That's
and
the
we
thing.
were sitting there, and we were in like the way we were hiding. Where we were hiding, you didn't like go that near to us.
Yeah.
We were, imagine this like open circle. There's a tree in the middle, and we were just sitting there with the tree.
Yeah.
Like we were like some like little cult ring, and we were the centerpiece, the duck, waiting to be annihilated. So when we were like looking out, you can't see beyond like a foot, and it's just total darkness.
Yeah, I think that's what was the thing that we obviously did. We didn't go for the, like, you hid behind a tree, right? Whereas we went for the blending with the leaves. That's the approach.
With like a torch, which
Yeah. That's the thing. We tried to just get as low as possible and be flat. And honestly, like when you were there flat, as long as you didn't try and imagine, like, okay, there's someone watching me. Oh my God, are there spirits? Whatever. As long as you don't think about that, it's actually quite peaceful.
Yeah, no, I was a little bit calm until Dan said to me, "Can you just imagine, like, if they were like, we were surrounded by all these like white demon ladies?"
Yeah, it's only then that it starts messing you up, and like that's the thing. I just think overall, mate. I think overall, retrospectively, even when I got back that night and I couldn't sleep and I kept like pranging out thinking, shit, is someone breaking into my house? Oh, like what's that? Like it is like those people that have more active imaginations that seem to be more susceptible to getting scared and paranoid about this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Sort of the smarter you are,
the more intelligent you are, the more scared you get, I think. I actually think that is actually there's got to be a correlation in that.
It was quite weird because I wasn't as scared as I thought I was going to be.
Yeah. Well, that's because as well, with the old instincts, right? When you, like, did you feel that when you were in the forest, say once you were there for half an hour, all those sort of like crazy paranoid thoughts sort of died down at all?
I would say it's more like a wave.
Really?
So went up and down. Because you go for a bit of peaceful bit, calm, talking about like pride, having a good laugh.
gay pride.
Well, me and Dan were talking, like, we were trying to distract our minds from, like, the things. And I was like, oh, Dan, how's Pride? Yeah, we had a great time, blah, 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 blah. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, remember the dead people watching us? And I'd be like, oh. Then I get, like, goosebumps, get a bit scared. You go through waves of, like, being not scared and scared.
Yeah, see, I found, and I always find this in abandoned buildings, like, I'll start off pretty pranging out, and then it's when I'm able to slip into my, like, sort of, how do you put it?
Caveman mode.
No, not even that. Like when I'm like when I can just go in and be a bit of a weirdo. That's when I know. Okay, I feel all right now. But then, like you say, the waves come because when our torch started dying, mate, and there was no reason for that because it was meant to have 10 hours worth of charge on, right? And it only has 2 options: bright, dim, and off. And the way this thing was just going slowly down and then back up, slowly down. And then we obviously panicked, ran away from that part, and then it was just fine again. That's the sort of shit that's just that I don't know, that I can't help it. I panic in that mode.
But what I find quite interesting about that is you were literally like 15 meters away from me and Dan.
When that was going
15,
on?
20 meters. Like we could see your lights going all a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
And we were like, obviously, we heard you being a bit like crazy.
Yeah.
But we were 20 meters away, just chilling, sitting in the middle of the dark.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like when you're just, it's almost like when you're just static and not erratic, because I think that's the thing. When you're like you're moving around quick and you're looking around, then that's where you can go mental. Whereas it just goes to show, like if I was to in that moment just stand still and go, it's all right, then I probably just would have been all right. It's just classic.
But it's weird how you experienced that dodgy torch.
Yeah.
Round a corner, me and Dan are just chilling.
Yeah.
Having nothing done to us.
We didn't have a torch on.
No, but we did have a camera on.
Yeah, but none of the cameras. I mean, that's the thing. I'm yet to look at the footage to see if anything was picked up.
What me and Dan are scared about is that we placed the night vision camera in front of us. So it was looking at us, which could catch behind the trees.
Yeah. No, I saw that. Yeah.
Does it look cool?
Yeah, it's a cool shot. It's cool, and you've got it as well. So you guys aren't directly in center. It's slightly pointing, so you can see behind the tree.
Because we were scared.
So,
like you'd look back and they'd be like, oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look at all of that. Like I'm gonna and it's that stuff that you will not know until you look back at the footage, and I will scan through it very carefully. So if there is anything, like it's
that'll freak me out.
Yeah. But yeah, mate. Like overall, would you say that, like, say to anyone, say like I don't know, people that I would maybe approach to be in a haunted video that are just like, nah, bun that, too scary, could never imagine. Yeah, you were like that. That never would imagine doing that. Like, what would you say to them?
I'll be like, it's not that bad, mate.
Yeah.
Like in my head before, I always said to you, I am never doing it. Waste of time. I don't even watch horror films. I'm like, what is the point of a horror film? You're scaring yourself.
Yeah.
Stupid. So for me,
but you saying it's not that bad when you're with a group. Would you do what we did last night, but do it by yourself?
Nope. That literally sounds like the worst idea.
But you just said it's not that bad.
Yeah, because in a group, you're comfort in numbers. If you're by yourself, you're vulnerable. You're alone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because obviously that's what, that's, for me, obviously that's what I said in the video as well about, I don't know if I've included it, about, let's do get a certain amount of likes, and Theo will stand in the forest by himself. Because that's what I'm saying is almost like the next step that we almost need to do, because we've established that we can just go to a haunted location and be there when we're with our mates. But it's when you're stood away from everyone alone. It's then, how do you deal with that?
So obviously the original plan for this video was to do a 2-on-1.
Yeah, actually that was it, boys and girls. We were going to do it where the person searching for the person hiding would have to do it on their own.
And then we realised that is the most stupid idea we've ever had.
Well, it's just that it gets to a point, especially in a forest that's like renowned for like abductions, murder, and that sort of stuff, that maybe going alone and us having no idea of what the place even looks like in the day, let alone at night, that it's probably not the best idea.
Even when me and Dan were searching for you, we did lose our bearings a lot.
Oh, mate, same. Like when me and Luke were like going about, and imagine you're on your own, your torch goes out, you are fucked.
That's I by myself. Like Joe was trying to like make me still do it, and it took 3 days to convince him.
On your own?
Yeah.
It
took 3 days to convince him that was a stupid idea.
Yeah.
We got to go 2v2.
I mean, it's still like I was still pretty shut up. Like no matter what I say as well, like I always retrospectively say, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was all right. But if we were to do it again tonight, it would still just like fuck me up.
I'd still be scared even if we went to like Abbotswood or Friston Forest.
Yeah.
I think I'd be.
Surely the like undertone of the forest, like setting the scene with all the horror stories, made it worse.
Yeah, I think that's it as well. Like where we've obviously seen so many like Hollywood, like the Blair Witch Project, and you
I
know,
haven't watched any of it.
Well, yeah,
That's-
but like you know, you have so many like films that just literally set these ideas in our head. But you got to remember, those films just take reality and bend them in a way to sort of like make us scared. So they're not reality, they just manipulate reality. So applying them to real life is just like, it isn't, but then you could say that sounds like the perfect beginning to
we
a
kept
horror
talking
film.
about
How like us saying, oh, it never happened to us. No, it's just in films.
way there.
But then there you go. Then you never know. And I think that's the thing. Like our brains subconsciously are always wanting to look after us. So that's why we are something that we're not sure of. You always will be paranoid about.
I'll tell you why I think I wasn't as scared as I thought I was going to be. One, like all the ghosts and stuff, I've never experienced it. You could go as far as say I don't really believe it. So I'm like, why am I scared of a ghoulie ghost when physically it's not there? What physically can it do to me? Nothing. It's all in my head. So once you conquer that, you're all right.
Yeah.
It's just I'm scared of the unknown, scared of the dark.
So the concept of say a spirit hypothetically sitting and watching you go through the forest.
But
Does that not trip you out?
It's not. I'm not thinking like, oh, there's a spirit watching me. It's more like someone is watching me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like
does that not mess you up?
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah,
but not
I
as-
think that's what messes me up. Like if like going through that forest, feeling like, say if there is like hypothetically a spirit there, and it feels like that is its home, and I'm intruding. Like I just feel like I don't know. That trips me out. That just
But
makes
then
me
they're like,
feel.
what are they gonna do?
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Nothing. They can't touch you.
Yeah, but maybe they can. I don't know. It sounds ridiculous. I don't know. I just think I'm very like. Weird.
And also, it was quite a busy forest. It was like a tourist attraction.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with this woods, like we went on a Thursday night, right? Thinking, oh, there's not going to be anyone there. I mean, it's quite a famous wood. Like it's the most famous haunted wood in Britain. So, yeah, and it just ended up by the end of the night when we left, there was like 10 cars parked outside.
It got busier the later.
Yeah. There was so many cars, so many groups of people by the end of it that it was like Jesus. But you know, we managed to obviously do our thing, and yeah. Is there anything else that we should cover regarding it? Because I feel like obviously people are going to have their questions.
I wish people did have questions.
Obviously, yeah, we haven't put the video out yet, so we haven't got those questions. But
I'm looking forward to watching it back.
Yeah,
Seeing how the tone is set, because it'll probably bring back some scary memories.
Maybe you could do another podcast after.
Potentially, yeah. Asking a little,
questions.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, but other than that, I think the bottom line is that I will say. The one thing I will say is that some of the people that obviously we bumped into in this forest, the only reason they were there, hanging about at 12 o'clock at night, was just to go around scaring people and like
That's
being
a bit
knobheads.
messed
It's
up.
just like, mate, it's just more of just like get a life. Like they were literally just waiting for people to walk past, and it was like grow up. Like it was just like that was the only thing that I found. So if you're gonna do any exploring, just do it properly.
I'd say one thing I took away from the whole thing was that I'm brave.
You are brave,
I went
and I think that's
outside
what
of
you
my
realise.
comfort zone.
Like, and I think even if someone did pop out and did scare you in a
I'm
way,
ramming them with my fists.
when you're put under that sort of circumstance, I just think you
love
realise you're
the
stronger than
pressure.
you are.
Yeah, I love the pressure. I was sort of hoping someone would come out and I'd
Yeah,
be
by
like,
the end of it,
show me my knuckles.
yeah, I think by the end of it, like with it, when you're like doing a sort of haunted thing or whatever, you almost, if nothing is happening, you almost are like, come on, I almost want to see a ghost now.
And also, towards the end of me and Dan hiding, like when, you know, you had that 10 minutes to get back to base or whatever.
Yeah.
We sort of like forgot we were in a haunted forest. Our focus was entirely on sneaking up to you and getting to that base.
Yeah.
Like you were shining torches at us and
Who the fuck?
you were shining torches at us and stuff, and like you didn't see us.
No,
Oh
my
my
God.
Yeah, it is.
it is.
Raining.
Oh well. Anyways, yeah, what were you saying?
You were shining torches at us and stuff, and we were like all lights off.
Yeah.
Complete darkness, like walking through the forest. Like, but if we did that earlier, we'd be terrified. But because we're so focused on getting back,
Yeah.
then we sprinted
Yeah.
and we did it.
That's the
It's
thing.
just-
It
it's a game.
it goes to show, mate. Mental. It's all mental.
all in
And
the head.
yeah. But anyways, boys and girls, do watch the main video. It is a corker.
It is a
Right.
massive,
It's my
yeah.
big return back on the exploring scene. So yeah, I've gone all in on the edit. It's taken me quite a while. Still haven't finished. But
One thing I will say,
go on.
say you did something like this, like in a Shark Tank.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have to go outside your comfort zone and swim with sharks.
Yeah.
I'll be terrified because they can physically kill you.
Yeah,
A ghost can't.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then on that note, leave your comments, and we will see you in the next one.
And that's our food for thought.
Bye.